Now you guys have pretty much been running the house on your own for
A lot.
yeah. See, as the man in the house, you got booted, you got replaced.
Yeah.
And the dynamic shift that happened with all of that was kind of interesting.
It was interesting.
Because I have, my two kids, I would, horrible choice of term, but blood kids, the kids that came for me, and they're 7 and 3 and they're younger. So I'm so used to playing with Legos.
Yeah.
Then I have two, what I see as young men that enter the household. And I was like, okay, well now I have to have this dynamic shift. And at first I carried you guys as, young men. It's not see you as boys. I saw you as young men. I was like, okay, well here's the parameters, live by them and you're good to go. Mm-hmm. How did you guys see that when you first moved in?
I was a little confused because we didn't really have that perimeter when we were just living with Mom. So it wasn't like we could do whatever we want, but we didn't have to live by rules. So it was like, it wasn't so, I wouldn't say strict, but I'm looking for another word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, your mom had the big rules. Mm-hmm. You cross this line, there's hell to pay. You don't cross the line, you're fine. It's a free for all. Yeah. It was a wall of China between wrong and right, but other than that, it was a free for all in the inside lines. I would agree to that.
Yeah, we had boundaries, but also we didn't live by like super strict rules. Mm-hmm. So we had some free play, but we didn't have too much free play to where we didn't get out of hand.
Yeah. Now, I'll talk about that in a second. But Gunnar, what was your take on that when you first moved in?
It was definitely different, like especially like the setting, like around, not just like the people in the house, but like around the house. Like living on the mountain is a lot different than living on like a flat street with all a bunch of kids your age next to you, and you can just like go outside and like Titus said, we can do whatever we want. Mm-hmm. And we just go outside, ride bikes with our friends like all day, and they come back when the street lights come off or come on.
Yeah. No, it was a different dynamic, and it was funny because your mom and I talked about that. Was how are the kids going to do, because our house is very secluded and there's not many families around our house, where you guys lived in a development where there was a house every 200 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we did think about that, and we're like, okay, how is this dynamic going to work? But it was brought on a whole different dynamic too of having a father in the household. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I will honestly say that I'm the first to say, I'm not your friend. I'm your father.
Yeah.
And it sounds bad. It sounds rude, but it's the truth. My job is to make you guys battle ready for the world.
Yeah.
My job is to prepare you that the world doesn't smack you across the face when you say, hey, how did I not see that coming? If you guys walk into the outside world, you don't understand what a checking account is. If you walk into the outside world, doesn't understand what rent is and how much it costs. Mm-hmm. I say I fail as a father.
Yeah.
So you guys have gotten a crash course in a lot of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much you guys know about our finances?
Quite a bit. So like you do. What you guys are doing, what you guys are planning.
Mm-hmm. You guys have been with us. We're right in the middle of buying a building right now.
Yeah.
And you guys know the dollar value, what's going on, how much our monthly strokes are going to be and all that. And I say that to all the parents that are out there or soon to be parents. Teach your kids money early on. So when I talk about the pitfalls before, is my parents never taught me money. In fact, money was a taboo subject. We never had no idea how much dad made, how much mom made, how much was the checking account. In fact, to be honest with you, I really still don't today. They hide that very, very close to them. And I don't understand it. And so for me, I'm the exact opposite. I'm very transparent, and you guys know what everything costs.
Yeah.
Gunnar, we had an unfortunate incident with the truck recently. You want to tell the listeners what happened there?
Yeah. I was at a red light and I was making a right-hand turn and I got in an accident, and then I called you and you came to save the day, honestly.
Yep. So I showed up and we exchanged information and went on our merry way. But how much was that deductible?
$1,000.
$1,000. Who's paying that $1,000?
I am.
You are. Yep. And sometimes the lessons are painful.
A little bit.
Sometimes they're painful. $1,000 for a 16-year-old boy is ouch. It is ouch. But some of those things I can't protect you from.
Yeah. It was definitely here's the real world. Have at it. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, I'm gonna protect you, I'm your umbrella. It was like, nope, here's the rain.
You got a little taste of it.
It is. I don't want to. I'd love to shield you all day long, but that's not going to do you any favors in life.
Yeah.
I'd rather have this gigantic safety net underneath you while you try and fly on your own than shield you, and then one day there's just nothing, no safety net,
Yeah.
no shielding, no nothing. Now you're on your own. You know, your eyes are wide as quarters, going, "Uh oh, what am I going to do?"
Yeah, you gotta like progress into it. You can't just go from all